Doing well, doing swell. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got. We doing a sound check. You understand me? Let's see what we got, folks. I hope everybody is doing well and are doing swell. Yeah. We popping, man. Let's see what kind of view we got here. I got somewhat of a new setup here. Okay, yeah, we good money. We good money. Let's get to rocking, man. Let's turn that off so I ain't got the echo in the background. And here we are, people. What's going on, everybody out there in the winter? Let me pull up a couple. I got a couple pages pulled up. I can use them here, man. But hey, again, it is I, your boy Jack Travis, man. We back in here for a Sunday live, man. You did what I'm saying? On the other side of his threshold. You feel? But I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate everybody out there. We actually at about what are we? We're at 1,009 now, man. So it is what I'm saying. We got these monetization guidelines turned on and things like that. And so we into that swag, man. I appreciate everybody that came out and signed up to the page, man. Keep it coming. I need all I can get, man. You did what I'm saying. Again, this is my normal little Sunday live at around 6, 7 o'clock. Um, I'm prone to be late on CP time. Y'all don't hold that against me, man. My fault. I've been out there trying to weave around the goddamn ice agents and shit that's out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot to talk about, man. We're gonna get our normal 60 minutes in, an hour, depending on how you want to look at that time frame it, you dig? And that's where we at, man. Where do we start at, man? Oh my gosh, man. Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? And actually, now that I'm talking about the page and the little moves that I made over here as far as getting monetized now, like getting the promoter program. I'm considering starting another page, man. I'm just not sure what I want to put on it, man. So if I got any people, get in the comments, man. Let me know what kind of content you may could see me doing, or that you interested in seeing, or that you jump online and watch a lot. I want to do some debates. But I guess I could also do that on this channel. But I'm thinking like a debate channel, of course, maybe a clip channel or something like that. I don't know if I should just go in the whole completely different direction, man, and maybe bring another one of my hobbies to the forefront or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely playing with the idea of getting me another one started, man. But we're gonna continue to keep it coming on this page and keep evolving the content over a year. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what that is, man. I wish I could do something for. I wish I could know who my 1,000th this subscriber was, and I don't think it's a way for me to really see that. Everybody doesn't make they profile and they subscribe and preferences public. You dig me and what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate everybody, man, and we're gonna keep it coming. It's gonna be a good year. I have some good projections for 2026, man. I feel like we're gonna take the roof off this thing. You dig what I'm saying, man? And so I'm gonna need you all's help, man. So of course we have. I guess I'll tighten that up over the next week. I've got some pictures associated with the emojis and things like that. I think I need to do a little more of that and just kind of um, get these tiers put together and rocking and rolling going out here, man. And we'll be all right. You dig what I'm saying? So first things first, though. I got to get these numbers up in this live, man. I appreciate the people that come and watch it afterwards, but it sucks looking at them damn numbers and only seeing a couple of people. Now, even though my videos get a fair amount of views, of course, this will be able to get me into where I'm going now and start earning and all that. But I got to figure out the lick behind getting these lives. I guess it's just having a lot of subs and having a lot of people that's into what you got going on, man. And I guess I'm on that track. So I'll just continue to crawl before I can walk and then eventually run and fly. You understand me? I ain't no lying over here, man. Ain't no cap in my rap. Now, all right, let's go on and rewind back, man. I think everybody knows about the ice situation involving Hannah Good up there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, man. For those of you all that may have been under a rock, and for rehashing purposes, for the purposes of the show, we just got to just go back through the details. So Hannah Good was out protesting, her disdain, and voicing her opinion over what the ICE agents doing out there in Minneapolis, which came on the back of a one, the Nick Shirley cat, man, half slow. I hate to use, I ain't gonna use a derogatory term against him because it'll encompass some people out there that I don't really want to. I ain't trying to just be offensive, but I've got a whole show about that, and you can go into that and you can listen to more of my comments. But it started with him and his reporting, man. But that was some sniffling and some inkling about that couple weeks or maybe a month or so before that, when they said that they found a lot of fraud up there, and it just so happened to be coming out of the place where Ilhan Omar happens to be a politician out of, and of course Tim Walz. So it was viewed as like, yeah, man. From what I understand, there had already been some investigation into this and some people going to jail at some point. But they brought this back up in the administration, like, hey, this going down. Here's where all the money getting funneled through. We gotta get these niggas out of here. So they announced that stuff, and then the next thing Nick Shirley goes up there and demands to see the children. We all saw that video, and off the back of that, the administration canceled all daycare funding to the state of Minnesota, sent in ICE to, not people to go in there and uncover the fraud. I don't know that I've heard about a fraud team being sent into Minneapolis, but a team of ICE agents was sent to start, deporting Somalians now. You dig what I'm saying? It was just like an excuse. Like they said a lot of parameters to it, but boom. They go in, Hannah Good, her and her wife out there protesting. They pull their car in the middle of the road. A couple of agents walk up to the car, go to snatch the car door open. She goes to turn to get away from them. At the same time, there's one in front of her car. He had already got his gun out and his cell phone. He shoots through the windshield, steps to the side, shoots again, sticks his window in at the end, shoots again the third time, killing her. You dig what I'm saying? And so riots have ensued, man. They got the streets full, and and from what I'm understanding, apparently like the National Guard has been deployed. They asking for Marines and martial law, and I think they playing with fire, bro. I really think they playing with fire because I don't think the only people out here pissed off in the streets are just non-supporters of Donald Trump. I think a good many individuals out there these days are prior supporters of Donald Trump and what he had going on, man. And he just got a lot of people that are just with their hands in the air. People that already were against it. We saw it coming, so I don't know if we can say that we're just really exacerbating it. You know what I mean? Well, they exacerbate the problem, but I think a lot more of them, like I said, man, are looking to absolve themselves of some sins, I guess you could call it. But they quick to say that, what's the way to say this? That the only means of protecting yourself, they said those means only reside with people on like the MAGA side, the Republican side. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know if they think that when you step into a store to purchase something like that, they ask for your voter registration card, and if you're not a Republican, they don't sell it to. I have no idea where they got this from, bro. Apparently, they think people that aren't on their political side of the spectrum, I guess they think they cared nothing just because people advocate for people to be given due process. Apparently, if you advocate for that, then that means that you have no problem with a person just walking into your house, opening your door, opening your refrigerator, sitting down on your couch, smacking your girl on the ass. That's what MAGA conservative people think about people that's not them. But um not only is that not true, but I think a lot of them that make it their life wish to stock up their defense cabinet. I think a lot of them out there in the streets, buddy. You dig what I'm saying? We got Black Panthers out there in the streets too. I don't know if y'all heard about that now. I don't know if y'all heard about that. And I ain't even gonna say I don't know how to feel about that, bro. I'm gonna say honestly, I don't know, bro. These days with everybody having an HD device, it's like damn near everything looks performative because it's in 4K. You know what I'm saying? It's got auto captions and transitions and shit and music in the background by the time we see it. So everything looks like a production. You dig what I'm saying? So it's easy to probably kind of look at cuz and feel like, yeah, man, this ain't real. This just some paid actors to go out there and agitate. I don't believe that, bro. I've seen a lot of videos from cuz Paul Birdsong, if I ain't mistaken, is his name. I went and did a little research on cuz, and they apparently are out of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? I saw a video of them getting at some cops up there and looking like they standing on business, bro. It's not like they just reared their head right here when the riots in Minneapolis happened. But I see a lot of it's crazy, bro, because I don't even really know how to categorize this, man. But it seemed like it's a bigger picture to look at it. Cause it's like what harm, unless you one of the people that's like afraid that, like, okay, if a black person or somebody deemed part of the black community, the culture, goes out there and does something that's gonna give them an excuse to come and bring some wrath upon them. Unless you're a person that believe that, okay, but I don't personally, I ain't worried about nobody bringing a goddamn thing against me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see what harm could be done. But it's a couple people. Maybe it's just in the TikTok world. You know what I'm saying? The Twitter world, that swear dude is a paid actor, and they just trying to use him to get some kind of excuse to make some type of moves. But I don't really see how it could backfire. Now, sure, he could get, he could have some aggression placed upon him while he out there, but them boys strapped to the T. So, you know what I mean? It remains to be seen how much they standing on business or not. But shit, they look like they personal protection devices are real and authentic. I wouldn't imagine that he gonna let anything happen to him too untoward without using that option. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they out there for nothing, bro. I ain't seen no ICE approaching them too tough and all of that, but for whatever reason, man, it's a couple people out online that's like trying to discredit what he got going on, and it's not like everybody he asking everybody to come join up and send him money and all that. So um, if he's out there giving the appearance of fighting against the machine, bro, and bringing some smoke, well, accountability ends. Shit, I don't really know why not let him cook. You know what I mean? I don't really understand what would be the problem. But again, it's like the TikTok world and the Twitter world, which is not real life. It's a lot of people on there. But even at you think about it, man. What you may read 100 comments under a particular post. First of all, those 100 people aren't all real people, and are the ones that are. You know what I mean? Let's just say 75, 25, 75 real people, 25 bots. And it's probably more than that, but let's just, for sake of argument, say 75 people you read under every post. And what? Let's say you on Twitter all day and you go deep in the rabbit hole on 10 posts. So that's 750 people. Like, my nigga, it's 750 people in a couple of streets just within your neighborhood. You dig? So it's like when you zoom out, the opinions that you see that seem that they just multiple and back to back. When you take it all into account, bro, that's not representative of the entirety. You dig what I'm saying? Those numbers aren't that big once you zoom out and check it out. But if you go online, there's a couple of them that are trying, they try to shoot down everything, bro. And it's like, if it's one thing, even though I don't know if we can say we can give this to the conservative migrant party, I was about to say, if it's one thing we can give them, they and they did stick together up until now. But I think the reason that they fracturing so hard now is because they coalesced and stood together behind something that was wholly unjustifiable. You dig what I'm saying? It was only so far that you could go with the people that's running things right now. It's only so far that you could be able to use the excuse you didn't see this or you what about this, and yeah, it was only so far, and I think that is played out thoroughly. You dig? So it's looking different out here, man. It's most certainly looking different. So um I don't know, bro. I don't know. It don't seem like they're trying to slow down, but I wonder what the ICE agents feeling like. You know what I'm saying? Like they cannot. You couldn't tell me that they just still feel like they just super confident in what they doing, what they got going on, and just out here stomping through the grounds of America like with no fear, bro. I would love to see what the morale and what the numbers as far as people signing up to work for ICE and all that. I would love to be able to look at those numbers, but of course they're not gonna report the right things. And from what I'm understanding, they took their training down from 6 months to 6 weeks in an effort to, I guess, skirt people on in there, trying to give them big signing bonuses, not doing background checks. Apparently, if you're a sympathizer with Adolf Hitler and the things he had going on in his group, apparently that is, they'd like you to know that when you type those words in. Go watch my last show. When you type in a certain set of words and in your Google, it will direct back to the DHS website, man. So crazy looking business out here, bro. And I don't think America's gonna stand for it, brother. I really and truly don't. I think the powers that be know that, man. So I think they kind of test running in smaller areas and small pockets to see how it goes. But I don't know that they're looking up and seeing what's going on out there and feel like, yeah, we can. This is kind of what we're planning for. We'll be, what I mean? Like America gonna explode, bro, and for the right reasons. I wouldn't be mad at it at all if it does. Um, Rest in peace, Hannah Good, man. There was another. It's been a couple of people though. I didn't really document their names or what have you, but there's been a couple of people, man. For some reason, I don't know, are they intentionally punching people in the eye? But I seen like two guys, man, whose eyeballs have been obliterated for the permanentity of their lives from dealing with ICE. ICE accosted them, and at some point, like, punched him in the eye with such force, bro. Like on a couple occasions, I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen that many eyes get busted like that. Like, what's the deal with that, bro? Do they have a technique of punching people with the knuckle out or something like? And I ain't joking. I'm like dead serious. If you look around, man, there's a couple people, couple guys giving interviews. Eyes just like they squeezed, like oh man, they described a couple. That may have been civil rights lawyer dude I was watching. He had a case when he said the lawyer brought a grape into the courtroom in defense of one of his clients when the police burst his eye like a grape. He said that's what the doctor described it as. We brought a grape into the courtroom and we squoze. I've always wanted to say that squoze, man. It's not a word, but I love it. Ever since I was a kid, for some reason, the squeeze, I was just like squoze. I used to be silly as hell. I always wanted to say squoze. Squoze his eye. And this was crazy, man. But that's done happened to a couple cats, bro. And like I say, man, we see people from all sides of the spectrum. It ain't just Black Panther guy. I had a video in my video the other day. It was a guy that says he's prone to sit up in his cushy house and maybe get mad at what he sees on TV. But man, for the most part, bro, I ain't coming up out of here. I'm good. My brother, on the other hand, and my brother's out here protesting all the time. But I'm more prone to sit in there and want to just stay insulated. But now I'm out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got to go to work in the morning. I'm not a paid agitator, despite contrary belief. Let these people tell it. Everybody out there in the street is just being paid from George Soros. Some of the stupidest, bro. Like, I just wonder how these people are viewed by the kids and the younger people in their family, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how it feel to be just on the outside of sanity, bro, and like just a pariah to society, man. People look at you like you just such unaccountable people, bro, and you make excuses. It's one thing to stick with your fellow man and all that, and stick close to your identity. I think that could be understood from a certain level, but come on, bro, to make to have the reputation, and maybe not many of them work to have a solid reputation really in the world, but you would think, man, that the 30, 40, and 50 years that younger kids, they don't know no goddamn better. They doing whatever feel cool in the group chat and all that. But for grown people, business owners, and the people that have kids and shit like that, man, like for the reputation that you've built for yourself over your entirety of your life to just put that, just put smut all over that just for like for this cat. Like it's crazy, bro. So I think a lot of that is kind of turning on his head, man. You got the Joe Rogan and stuff of the world coming out every now and then, questioning and not understanding why things are going the way they're going. But I think 2026 gonna be a hot year. You dig what I'm saying? Up there in Minneapolis, y'all saw your boy Jake Lang. Man, boy, this is again, bro. Every person I mentioned from that movement, I cannot wait. And you know, it's so odd when I get into back and forths on Twitter and all of that. I say, hey, if you would like to come and debate your point, let me know and we'll set it up. I never get any takers. You know what I'm saying? I have got to hear in real time, got to hear these people defend some of these folks. Like I said, Nick Shirley is uh he said he was an athlete in school, but you know, dumb jock at best. You know what I'm saying? That guy doesn't seem to have all that. I mentioned Jake Lang. You know, Jake Lang is a previous J6er. You know, he went to jail for sure. He got pardoned by Trump. He was among the 1600. But he's a real lame, bro. Like, he's super performative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at his skits and his videos, and they're obviously skits. You dig what I'm saying? As opposed to, you know, these other people that's just well produced. By the time we see it, you look at bro shows up with, you know, Qurans and a piece of bacon wrapped around it. And I think he was up there trying to burn a Quran. There's a couple videos standing in the streets, and I think he said something about we can't allow our country to be taken over by a bunch of niggers. Yeah, that was his motion before he got there. Actually, well, I ain't gonna switch that screen. I'll do it on here. I think I've got a couple of videos here. This is the happiest. This is one of the happiest bunches of individuals. Bro, that do I have them on the list, bro? Like, oh man, bro. Yeah, that is some happy guys over there. I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah, it's man, what is going on in the world, bro? Who I was just talking about? Jake Lang. Yeah, there go Jake Lang. From what I'm understanding, curmudgeon Jake Lang. Here, my boy Walter Masterson got beside him. Walter Masterson does some great work out there, man. Salute to Walter Masterson. You dig? He always getting the fracas out there and you know get his in, man. Good content. That's the one. Walter Masters. Oh, here he is. Yeah. Now listen to Jake Lang here. I don't know if this was the one. Let me see. Oh yeah, they had to carry him up out of there. Then he apparently put a video up or a tweet up later on saying he got stabbed. Apparently this was Jake too. Now you know for guys that show it with so much smoke, bro. The minute someone faces that down, they go quiet. They get immediately terrified. Look for law enforcement. Look for a way out. I'm just not understanding, bro. Somebody said I saw a video. It was like apparently like Nick Fuentes and Jake Lang now. It's like despite them like hating gay people, apparently they want like a gay army of MAGA conservative men what to take over the United States, man. because they hate women, bro. They just swear a woman can't do nothing. They just care nothing about they women. Women they can't even talk. They'll just stand there. And even if they stand there and not talk and do all of that, if you look at what they how they talk, they don't even want them. They just don't even want women. I'm like, bro, what? Who gonna fight the fight for y'all, bro? Like what? It's just crazy, bro. I see the video yesterday. Now saying about them happy fellas. Andrew Tate. It was Sneeko. It was. I think I gotta play that for y'all. I gotta play that. What's the weird dude that does meth? Uh, Kavik. Why can I never say that on camera? Cavicular. Why do it always mess clavicular? I don't know why when I try to think about saying it, I mess it up. But yeah, the guy that does meth to keep his cheekbones solid. It was him. Andrew Tate Sneeko. Nick. The fresh and fit fellers. Tristan Tate. And then I think some other guy. Clav, as they call him. Clav leans over to Nick and says, "Hey, Nick, I'm gonna bring a couple girls over here for you, bud." Boy, what did he say that for? Nick Fuentes said that. No, please don't. please don't bring me around a female. Wow, I'm good. Ah, God damn, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's a little deep for me, bro. Like, what? How you? Maybe he'll say because he's on camera. But even when, well, how would I think in his religion, he's such a religious guy. He can't even. Well, he can't even talk to a girl. I know. I think it's forbidden for him to have sexual relations, but it's like he can't even look at one. Well, he's in the club. He can at least look at one. He can't touch now. He can't grab a girl booty. I'm like, what kind of religion is that? And I never want to be into it. That is craziness. That's just crazy. But bro said, please don't bring me around no female. I'm in a club, but please don't let none of them females get within 5 feet of it. This is crazy, bro. So grow uppers get slapped out here in the streets and then take a picture with the dude. Jake Lang, J6 guy, go into a group and get beat up. I'm just not I'm just not seeing what anybody should be afraid of, bro. I guess they think the military. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Do y'all think the military would just, in large part, just gung ho get with the administration program and just kill, maim, and destroy, loved ones and neighborhoods in America? I don't think they would, bro. If it came down to like a for real, like we need y'all to go in and just detain everybody until we can get stuff figured out. I don't think they'll do that. So we're gonna see how it play out, man. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I guess this would be a good transition. These foods right here, man. These some food. They going crazy. I don't know if y'all know. Y'all know Corey Holcomb. You know Anton Daniels. So those fellas, I turned my, I don't know, I was sitting around here late night, like Monday, Tuesday, or what have you, maybe even Sunday night, I don't know. And I saw the caption saying that these two fellas, that Corey had Anton on his show. Now, if y'all don't know Anton Daniels is what we would call, is there a famous one that I can think of? Oh, man. Not a cartoon character, but there's an animal out here in the world that has a setup on his fur where I think he's like gray, and then on his face it's like black and white striped. You know what I'm saying? And we although Anton is a human, I'm not calling him an animal. He's a human, but he fits into the category of the name of that animal. You understand me what I'm saying? It's got black and white and then gray. It's like gray area. You got to, if you know, you know. So Corey had him on the show to talk, I guess, politics and just the issues of the day. Vivek Ramaswamy. And so I looked at Vivek. We'll talk about that down the line. So early on in the interview, I tuned in right in time. As soon as I seen him, like, hey, let me go straight to this. I hit the end button. And I tuned in right on time because him and Corey were going into you gotta know Anton, bro. Anton, one of these people that any black person that brings up an issue with societal ills, systemic wrongdoings, he goes immediately to you're a victim, you just playing the victim mentality, as if the only people that have stories about these things out in the world are just flat broke people. It could be somebody sitting in front of him with triple his net worth saying, well, they faced it as they were trying to go corporate and build a third building. Or, you dig what I'm saying? Or something that it is, but there's so he's one of those guys, bro, and he never says anything sideways about anybody outside of black people. If it's black folks, he'll just say the crazies. When it comes to any other race, especially the people that he carries water for, he won't say anything outside. And so, right when I clicked in, Corey was like, I noticed that you would never say anything about white men. You know what I'm saying? And he say, you be kissing their butt. You dig what I'm saying? Well, Anton's rebuttal retort to that was that, well, you be, you know, uh sucking Johnson of black people. Oh man. Which is just think of now if Anton was a white guy, it may not be so shocking. But nigga, a black person, it's just so weird, bro. It's so much of a rabbit hole we could go down to through we're talking about this cat. But that was his rebuttal, his retort, and it jumped off from there. You know what I'm saying? Corey jumped up, or he immediately checked him like, "Bro, I don't do that. Don't even go into that territory." He switched seats with Darlene, got up on Anton, and dared him to say that again. That was the crux of Corey's whole thing. Like, bro, you can say a lot of things. You can tell me how you feel about my opinion. You can say what you want to say about black folks. This is the form. I got you up here, but you cannot say that, and I dare you to say it again. And after, when the original video I made, I was just kind of talking shit, joking. I videoed it on my phone. It was happening right then in real time. And I just made a whole joke out of it because I'm like, when in terms of who was tough in this situation, who was really finna do something. So I made my show just kind of joking off that, like, I ain't neither one I really like they want to do anything. You dig? Um, and just kind of the way of what I expected and how I figured things could have went. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying that Corey lost because he didn't go outside and take the fight. And like I say, man, after some further evaluation, like if you know, bro. Like I said, the fight happens right that way it happened. That going outside, I heard Zip Drip say, you know what I mean? You getting to walk outside, you thinking about shit and all this, that, and the third. Not to mention you mess around and go outside, and now they got to drop on you because apparently Anton had a security with him. But of course, if Corey would have got up to go outside, he would have had a couple cats walking out there with him, so I don't think it'd have been nothing where they could have snuck him and nothing like that. But I don't really think, like, why go off camera? What, in case you lose the fight and you don't want people to see it? You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm sure somebody would have had their phone. So the whole when Anton jumped up and like, well, let's take it to the back, then let's take it to the back, because really Corey had kind of let it go after he pressed him at first and they were kind of tongue wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Corey kind of then went back to, all right, let me just do the show. And then it got to a point to where Anton was like, because I know you ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? He just kept trying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, bro, put his mic down. Corey put his mic down, and he was like, man, say that what you said to me a couple minutes ago. Say that phrase one more time, bro. And that's when Anton jumped up like, well, we can go outside then. And he was like, nah, bro, I just want you to say it again. And we'd have went right here. And I'm like, what's the difference in fighting right here on camera and off camera? You dig what I'm saying? Because, some people saying, well, Anton, since, Corey is likely richer than he is, Anton was gonna try to bait him into getting hit, and then he's gonna sue court. Well, you would have wanted to have that fight on camera then, right? You did. Because had you went outside, where the camera ain't there and you got some room, even though I'm sure they got surveillance cameras out there. But just, I don't think that's how Anton was thinking. And so had they went outside to fight, like that would have been kind of been counter to your case going forward. You know what I'm saying? And you want people to see if you with it and you can fight and you whether you win it or not. If you put up a good fight and it was on camera, you'd have got your props from that. You know what I'm saying? So going outside really didn't make sense in the whole context of the thing. Um, from Corey's standpoint, I guess I can cut him the benefit of the doubt to saying he didn't, because he now all right. If I got it, I go okay because we got to let's I'll keep this shit real and straight like that. All right, so in speaking on Corey, what make me feel like or made me be like, oh, Corey, bro, like you, because once bro left, he really got to talking crazy. Now I'm not saying he wouldn't have done that if Anton would have stayed, but he got to talking about how he would have whooped his ass and all this, that, the third. And I'm like, well, bro, if that's the case, you ain't got to ask him to say it again. He said it one time. If anything, you should have been like, nigga, say you sorry, nigga. Take it back. Nigga, you should have really hold him. You know what I'm saying? And if he pump fake two sentences and ain't said I'm sorry, you sprung on him. You dig what I'm saying? Again, I'm not promoting the fight, but if I'm just analyzing what happened on this camera and analyzing what bro said afterwards and what made me get on his ass like that, I'm like, oh, come on, bro. It's all, the Cameron and well, I ain't gonna say old boy, but Cam did the same thing when he had his little episode with Adrian Broner a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? Broner in there drunk, talking stupid. Cam have to kick him out. But after Broner leave, he talking wild about the nigga. It's like, bro, even a drunk Adrian Broner would bing you up. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest, bro. So don't be, you know what I mean? Don't wait till nigga get out the room and talk like that guy about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really like how Corey did that. He just kept talking and and I'm like, bro, you shouldn't have let him go. You know what I'm saying? Why you let him go? You like, go on and leave, whatever. Now, nigga, you should let him stayed in there and kept applying your smoke. And if he overstepped the boundary, then you took off on him, and that would have been the end of that. We know it. Not that he would have harmed Anton in a way to where like he wouldn't be able to speak no more like that. But the aura around, bro, and all that red pill bootlicking would have been down the drain. You dig what I'm saying? You saw him get tossed up on camera, which is that a pause? I mean, there's a lot of shit you can't say these days. Like, oh, what is toss what? So yeah, man, that was a wild situation, man. But yeah, when he's spot on about Anton James, bro. Anybody that's been on the internet the last handful of years, I'm sure you ran across that. And then this nigga's out here, bro. Like what I man, when I run across a Brandon Tatum. And then it's some new niggas be popping up. The Jeffrey Bean, what is Jeffrey Meads and Kirkwood Justice, something like that. There's some new ones that pop up, and I be wondering. I'm like, I wonder how many new fans these niggas is gaining. But like when I see a Brandon Tatum and an Anton Daniels, I'd be like, dog, it is really niggas in real life that like they algorithm, they watch so much of these cats that when they turn their YouTube on, like they got the latest Anton Daniels. What the boy, oh my God, what kind of world would that to be to live in, dog? I would feel so bad about myself, dog. If I open now, one thing me though, my algorithm, they sent me a Tatum video about him somewhere looking stupid, which is that's what he does. But dog, if my algorithm was sending me Brandon Tatum, investigative journalist, see what he's got to say, and this nigga is on there talking about the latest Cinnabon, should have called him, but bro, I would feel so crazy about myself, my nigga. Oh my God, bro, what does that say about you? So yeah, man, there's actually people out here in the world, bro, that turned that put they boy, get the hell out of here. So man, yeah, that was them, bro. Them they got some problems out there on that side of things. We gon' they keep on keeping it on, so we gonna keep on keeping up with it. You dig what I'm saying? Let's switch the page to something a little more slick. How long I been on? 40 minutes, man. Yup, this will take me to about 20. Let's talk about some sports and all that. You hear me? Now I put out an episode a couple weeks ago I don't say a couple episodes ago, I should say, maybe a week ago. It was addressing my concerns with what I think is some elite level sign stealing in college football. You shall go back and check that out. It eventually caught a little steam after a day or two. After that last Indiana game, though, a lot of people started, like, damn, boy, this look a little funny. Indiana just running through folks. Like, what's really good, B? You know what I mean? Then this one guy came out and made a claim. I need to go back down that rabbit hole and see what's been added since then. But I know a guy came out and said that it's a well known fact. Well, I don't know how well known, but it's a known fact between some people that the software VO Pixelot, which is what college coaches and college programs use to upload their playbooks and they play material to the cloud on the tablets to all the players and all that, can watch and review. It said that this is it's a known thing that Indiana had been hacking that system all year against their opponents. Now, I know I hadn't went down the rabbit hole anymore since I kind of got the material for that, but it came on the back of me screaming that about the Oklahoma program and Brent Venables ever since that first game with Alabama. And like I say, after that Indiana game, man, people just started to just look at that performance from them and just like, a lot of things came out. So I'm gonna love to go back down that little rabbit hole and see what might have been transpiring, but I would not at all be surprised that in this offseason, you hear some big news about some scandals. Because this happened in Michigan a couple of years ago. So for people acting like, oh man, what are you on about, bro? It was conspiracy theory. Let's fucking they say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And in college football, with you being able to literally just put buckets of money in front of people, you got to know that those buckets of money are being used for all type of advantages, not just for players. You dig me and what I'm saying to your brothers. And so, we're gonna look into that thing. Ooh, that chicken smelling good. All right. We want to talk about Greenland. They say only 4% of us want to get Greenland, but they said Trump didn't want to get Greenland. For what the fuck? Stupid, man. It's ignorant, bro. All right, yeah. Speaking of sports and football, man, did y'all see that game last night? I think it's a game on right now. I need to see what them boys doing. Um, the Texans. I know the Texans got sent home. Was it 28-16? Patriots got at them. So I'm gonna go and check out this Bears Rams game as soon as I'm off of here. But that game last night was wild, man. That Buffalo Broncos game, man. The Buffalo Broncos, but Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos. And I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of called it at the beginning of the game. Just I don't know. I'm just kind of super. I don't know if it's superstitious, but for me, like when I'm watching sports events, for me, I'll look at a couple of plays or just a couple of movements or some players or something. And for some reason, for me, it communicates to me. And not that I'm always right when I pick these, but I saw a couple plays just at the beginning of the game yesterday. I just had a couple of plays. I was like, man, Denver gonna win this game. You know what I'm saying? Now the game flip flop went back and forth. Ended up being a great game that was messed up by the refs at the end. Um, but beyond all of that, we ain't even really talking. The refs been messing up football games for a good handful of years now. So we're not gonna talk about that. What we're gonna talk about is just Josh Allen cat and how, man, I saw a clip today, just a little compilation about how many of these announcers came out. Josh Allen is the best quarterback ever, best quarterback in the league, the best prospect I've ever seen. It's just like, bro, they be on this Johnson so crazy, bro. And it's like you have to question, like, what is it about Josh Allen that make all of these? And if you go and look at the clip, then you can see a correlation. But it's like, what is it about Josh Allen? That Josh Allen that ain't won shit from what I'm understanding. What is it about him that make these fellas say that he just the best thing since sliced bread? I almost drew like a full correlation right there, I guess. But it was like, oh my God, bro. And so the Kansas City Chiefs did not make the playoffs this year. Oh shit. It's supposed to have been a shoe-in Buffalo Bills Super Bowl, right? Let Josh Allen tell. The only thing been keeping them going to the Super Bowl is Kansas City Chiefs and the referees that play for them. You dig what I'm saying? So you think he gonna come out against anybody else, with that in mind, they just finna blow those off for they going to the Super Bowl. Shit, nigga. Josh Allen had 4 turnovers. The one fumble he had was so stupid, bro. He running, getting tackled with the ball just out here. Like, what are you doing, bro? Oh my man, Josh Allen there, ready for the big time, ain't he, man? I don't know, bro. Like Lamar is definitely better. A couple of it, but yeah, you know what I think though, man. I'm just talking shit. I don't watch enough of the Buffalo Bills to really judge that man perform. I see him in the playoffs, but you know, KC probably, was a big bang, a big thorn in his side. But I think Buffalo is just their window is closed and they didn't know it. They window was probably closed last year. You know what I'm saying? Because what they've done is allowed over the 4-5 years that they was battling back and forth with KC and all that. They just gave other teams a chance to get good. You know what I'm saying? The Bears kicking ass. The Jaguars are good. The Denver Broncos, the Detroit Lions last year. You know what I'm saying? So it only takes a couple cycles of drafting some more players, man. Put a little money towards this, that, and the third. You dig what I'm saying? But everybody is, changing up again. Their franchise looking different. And I think Buffalo just, the window closed last year, man, and other teams have gotten on par. So it wasn't just a matter of KC being out the way. You know what I'm saying? They tried to keep in the core together what they had, and the wonder for that core group had passed. You know what I'm saying? And I think they found out yesterday. But Josh Allen tends to have bad performances in the playoffs on a regular basis when they need it, man. He's a professional football quarterback, man. So of course that man can do things that only 1% of the population can. I give him his props for that. But damn, bro, like you hate to have to take stances on these athletes, but it's like certain people going to prop these people up. And so when it doesn't happen, you just have to, for sake of getting that theme. It's not anything personal. Like I ain't got no problem with Josh Allen or the Buffalo Bills. I actually used to like them back in the days. You know what I'm saying, when they was going against the Cowboys and all that. So it ain't about like beating up the white guy Josh Allen, but it's like the people out here, man. It's like they be trying to use people as they little damn they mascots for particular trains of thought. You know what I'm saying? And we know, goddamn it, what's going on out here. So it be kind of collateral damage, man. Straight bullets when you have to talk about these people in particular. But you know what I'm saying? Josh Allen just go out there and want to play football and win football. He's an athlete. I know what it is to be an athlete and want to win. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't really just saying, hey man, this motherfucker is just all bark, no bite. He shouldn't be in the league. No, I ain't saying him. It's like, bro, call and tell some of your buddies out here to quit preempting the greatness. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to shut up, bro, because then they make you look crazy when something don't go right. You know what I'm saying? But it was a wild game, man. A couple of them calls. I was out in the hood watching the game at the homie's crib for a minute to the end of regulation. Then I slid on, did other things, but I was hearing it on the radio as I was driving, and I heard the thing about the catch. You know what I'm saying? But I went and saw the clip today, and I was like, bro, I always thought the tie, as in baseball, the tie go to the runner. You understand what I'm saying? I thought the tie catch go to the catcher. You know what I'm saying? The wide receiver. We get down on the ground and you snatch it out from my hands before we get back up. I've never known that be counted as an interception. I think I've seen that play a couple times. They go back and review it, and the tie always go to the runner. Man, that play I saw yesterday, but I saw a couple plays. I'm gonna tell you when I said some home cooking. Late in the fourth quarter, running play. Who was it? Broncos Bills. The guy for, I think it was the running back for the Bills. He runs out of bounds voluntarily. But right at the last minute, one of the defenders for the Broncos dove at him and just kind of put a hand on him as he was going out of bounds. It was like 30 seconds left. I see, damn, the clock keep moving. Like, now I know the rule: if you run out voluntarily, it's supposed to stop. If you get pushed out, it keeps rolling. And I'm like, bro, Denver took that opportunity. So, well, he put his hands on him. So we could argue that he pushed him out. So we're going to let this clock keep rolling. But I looked out like, bro, it's that home cooking at the Broncos Stadium. You know, I looked up and saw that Broncos in the middle of the field. And I think that interception call, that pass interference call, bro, the second one that they say was obvious. It was iffy. The first one most certainly was not man. I think bro. And I don't know what you can do in the NFL. I guess you can send letters to Goodell or what have you. But they got a penalty at the end of the game because one of the cats threw his helmet on the field. I think Tre'Davious White frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they played Buffalo, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, for all the praise, when you want to lump it on the quarterback when they doing good, and then when they doing bad, you talking about get this guy out of here, he stinks. Well, we got to go back to Josh Allen and a 4 turnover performance, man. You know, without those, you win that game. You understand what I'm saying? So you can take it and put it on the rest at the end. And they did do them boys a bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. They did Buffalo a bad, but that game should have never been in that position. Should have never been in that position. And so we're gonna see what's going on with that other little playoff game tonight. But I really think after seeing that, I don't know. Yesterday I was like, I think the Broncos gonna win, but I don't the Super Bowl. I don't know. I can't really call it now. I ain't gonna call. I'm just gonna let it play out. You dig? Um, couple little snidbits. What we at? 51. The tenor. Indiana, Miami is tomorrow. All right, who y'all got in there, man? I think Miami gonna do something with it, man. I think if they was still in plays, they're gonna be afraid to look into it now. They're gonna call it straight up, and I think Miami gonna maul them boys. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. I heard some little crazy story about the tendonism thing, man. I don't really know how deep should go into it. I don't know how deep it is, but just apparently look like black dude out there, kind of a mascot for the company. Story goes that Keith Lee went down there to get Unc 4 bands to himself, leave 1,000 down there to pay for people coming into the restaurant to be able to eat for free, sample the food. The people say Unc was busy back there shooting a podcast or what have you, and didn't allow him to come out there. Keith Lee said that. He put on the video. Next thing you know, the owner come out with a video that really didn't do himself no favors, acting like Keith Lee did him a bad, like he ain't know who he was. Nigga, for you to have a restaurant and not know who Keith Lee is, that's a bad move on you, bruh. You understand me? You ought to be your team ought to have you on niggas like Keith Lee. Let's see if Keith Lee will come out here to the restaurant. But he come and you don't know who he is, and you act like he did you a bad by going and reporting on that. Nah, bruh. He pops up on people doing normal business hours, no announcement and nothing like that, because he wants to come in and get your food as is, the way you would cook for any other regular person coming in there to order, the same service that you just give the normal regular person coming in there. So he's not gonna set it up. He ain't got to hit you up before time. You know what I'm saying? And then for you not to know who he was, you just did a bad on you, bro. And so they made a couple videos and had Unc hugging up on the dude. And just like, man, get your ass out of here, bro. Ain't nobody coming to that restaurant. No more, folk. It's all with, man. Give Unc his. Now, this I don't know, bro. Motherfuckers don't be thinking, bro. But the owner messed it up. Unc could have came out after the video and been like, "Hey, man, I ain't know you was out there, bro. Like, you still come holler at me. Here go my GoFundMe or something. You feel? Shoot me some little band. We just kept it moving, kept it pimping. But when the owner came out with that little video, trying to, as if people was gonna watch this, people that know and love and rock with Keith Lee in the community, as if we were gonna watch this video of him talking about Keith Lee and be like, yeah, dude, Keith Lee fucked up for that, bro. We don't fuck with Keith Lee though, man. It's crazy, bro. I ain't never seen that like these folks these days. But yeah, it didn't work for him, and so I don't see how that's end up playing out here in a minute, man. Last but not least, this is a cool little fun little topic, bro. Y'all saw the Drewski video about the mega passes and all that, right? Well, how y'all feel about that? Y'all some church goers? How you feel about your pastor? What you do? because I got some particular views about all that myself, man. But it's spot on. I tell you no lie, bro. What is this? Is 2026? Holy! So this was like, damn, probably like exactly 20 years ago. Like '06, probably no kidding. Like '06, I'll never forget, man. I was dealing with this one chick, man. Oh, Katina, you see this? Katina had a little banger on her. She was crazy as hell, though. So if you do see this, Katina, don't holler at me. Oh, don't holler at me, baby. I ain't talking to why it might be cool, but yeah, Katina had a little banger on her, look crazy. But anyway, she used to go to what got caught with the the nigga what had the nigga with the dude what got his name tattooed on him and thing. Jerry Curl shot. What his name is? Eddie Long. Eddie Long, man. She had took me to Eddie Long church one time, man. And I ain't bullshitting, bro. I prior to going to the city, I come from a little small town, you know what I mean? The hole in the wall, little type of church. Church might have upgraded, you know what I'm saying, over the year to get a little plenty more folks in there, but it wasn't nothing glitz in there. You know what I mean? No TV screen, all of this. I never forget going into the church. I was already turned off. You got to just wait and park and all this. I'm just like, bro, what is all this? You understand? Come as you are, though. The walk in was a long walk, but it was an interesting walk. It was a lot to look at. I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. I'm like, oh shit. So that was a good part, even though I whipped my good. But I don't really what about that being with the one train. You know what I'm saying? I hop some trains. Hey. So we get in there, man, and we watching the service, right? I never forget, we up on like the top pew. That was already bugged out. You heard me? Big ass, stupid ass church with ATM. I ain't never seen nothing. I'm like, man, what is going on? We up on the top pew, bro. I'm really spaced out, thinking about other shit, what have you. But I just could not help but to notice, you know what I mean? I guess especially being up that high. Nigga, the TV camera on. $1 million camera shit. It's swooping. Ooh, close up, y'all. And bro, I'm sitting up on the top pew. I remember looking down and I could see this nigga diamond shining from way up where I was. I'm talking about this nigga had on that ice, Holmes. I'm like, I just ain't never seen no preacher look like this here, bro. It's kind of wild, son. And then the thing that really just got my goat, you understand me? The thing that just really did it for me, bro. So he has his pew. He's preaching. I'm up here like this here. It's sections. You dig? Section all out in front of him on the side. Nigga, it's one section off to his diagonal right here. This section normal, this section normal. This section normal, this section normal, this section normal, this section normal. This section right here got all the foods, bro. Everybody in that section jumping up and down, going in circles and shit. You got a couple of them running back and forth. You got one person literally running around the whole little seating arrangement. Then eventually that person after running about 6 laps just come and just fall flat in front of the first pew. Everybody go over there and wave and fan her. But I'm looking around the rest of the church. I'm like, hold on now. So you telling me the Holy Spirit only operating in that section? What you might have to pay, that must be what they got the Holy Spirit pumping up through a vent right there. They only come in this. I said, man, get me out of here, bro. And I went to church with my mom or something in the recent years in some recent years. But I'm telling you, bro, after I left church that day in '06, I'm telling you, it was probably 15, 20 years before I went back to church. I was so disgusted. So Drewski and his video about mega pastors was spot on. I don't care how none of y'all feel about it. If you go to a church with a mega pastor and your preacher jumping around with Dior jackets on and Cadillac trucks and prosperity gospel, this is what I say to both of y'all. You understand me? Go tell him I said it. Get in the comments and like and subscribe, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, man, Drewski did his thing, bro. I ain't mad at him. They say he got one more group of individuals to go at. He ain't did it yet, but I think Drewski is unbothered out here. You dig what I'm saying? So I quite liked what he did. Okay, I'll close out on this one, man, because the internet is brutal, bro. You can't damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You can't make a change for the good. I hear people still gonna hate you. So Cenat, king of the streaming world. Maybe that's our show speed. But Cenat said he done with this streaming thing, man. Kai said he finna get into the fashion world with a clothing line named The Vet. Now I know what it is to have a passion for fashion. I also have a clothing imprint. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna start bringing to the forefront a little more here in a minute. But people got on, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't like his little emblem. His emblem, if I'm not mistaken, it means he, she, or it will live forever. I'd have to see it laid out on something to see, but I don't know if he done had too many samples coming out. But people got on his head, bro, because I don't know. They just hate to see change. You know what I'm saying? Cuz said he liked to read now because he didn't feel like he read well or was very well spoken or articulate. People hate that. Hate that. People say he's being performative about all of this mental health awareness in order to drive the sympathy vote to get his clothes sold, and which is probably some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? He is a celebrity. You know, everything's got a little PR spin, and so they may have him dead to rights on that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, bro, say, you know what I'm saying? I think it's good. Got hit by NBA young boy. And for a young dude that was they already talking about it, he was kind of over it, and chicks had kind of did him wrong, and then he get it a shot again, and then the NBA young boy crazy ass come hit you good. I guess that kind of messed with your mental, man. But bro said he taking a break from the streaming, man. He get into this fashion thing, and he gonna get his reading game up, and he gonna learn how to sew. And everybody from Bruce drop him off to everybody just discrediting Cuz change of outlook on everything. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know that I exist in that world enough to know much about, bro, to be able to make no judgments on that. You know what I'm saying? My platform ain't big enough to bring that kind of smoke. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody could win against me right now in the position I'm in. So I'm gonna shut up about some of these niggas talking bad at least. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, bro. You 100 million in the game. You really ain't gonna get them about what none of these folks talking about, bro. Do what you do, man. If that help your mental mind frame, because people do have mental problem, they do wild shit out here. So if that help your frame, bro, um, I will say this one little tidbit before I let everybody go. Because I was about to say, don't worry about what people saying all this, that, and the third. But I will sell you just from, just from true life and living life, bro. Even when people come at you with shit that be like off the wall, you be like, damn, you just hating on my life, cuz. Where you get that from? Like, why would you think that? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I've grown to understand that, bro. It be a little kernel of truth a lot of times to what people try to put on you. You know what I'm saying? Or at least something that may give that appearance or something like that. So before you just fly all off like, man, they ain't got no point. They just hate. You could maybe sit back and think like, yeah, I am a streamer. That's it. I'm gonna step away from streaming. So maybe I shouldn't put out so many videos of my new process. You dig what I'm saying? Because it doesn't really look like you trying to step away from the spotlight. It's like you still want to be in the spotlight. You just want to be as a designer. But it's like, you know what I mean? A person that's getting more introspective and wants to read and better themselves and all of that. You don't doing it for the camera always seems disingenuous. You dig what I'm saying? So just kind of take that little kind of that piece of advice, my nigga. Like it could be a lot of times it's a kernel of truth to things that people put on you. A lot of times they put dubs on it and try to make you feel stupid. But when you can sit back and think to yourself, you be like, what is it something about me or somebody did that would even give them that path to go down to? And like I say, bro, when you look at it, it's like, well, yeah, maybe keep a little bit of this shit to myself and just come out with my products and go from there. If it sell, it sell. If it don't, it don't. You got 100 mil, bro. So sit back and work a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to tell they got to run his life? I'm just trying to give a little piece of grown man advice to the homie. But with that, man, that's pretty much been the stream, cuz. I see we got the new camera set up that went to full run and give me no problem. So I got that licked. You understand me? I got a couple shows I'll be working on, man, to put out over the week. You know how we do it. And I'll be back to y'all Sunday as far as the live stream, but be looking out, keep the notifications on, man. We in the promoter program. We make some big moves. You heard me? So until next time, man, it's been straight like that. I'm out.